About the first 10 or so times that I took trig, I had problems with understanding it, and I finally figured out that the only way to get me through this was if I was going to always draw a diagram for every problem that I did. So let's look at number 1b on our assignment. And if you notice, it tells us that this side is 25.3 compared to this angle. This side is 17.1 and this side is 30.5. Sine, cosine, tangent. Alright, the first thing you want to do is you want to label the sides. So this is the hypotenuse. The other one touching our angle is the adjacent, and the third side is the opposite. So the sine is 17.1. The sine of theta is 17.1 over 30.5. Opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is the adjacent, 25.3 over the hypotenuse, 30.5. And then tangent is opposite. Tangent of theta is 17.1 over adjacent, 25.3. You have to do the same thing for letter letter C. So you draw your triangle. This is the right angle up here, so the hypotenuse is 218. The angle is here, so the adjacent side is 185, and the opposite side is 116. All right. So we've got sine of theta, cosine of theta, and tangent of theta. Remember, in each case, it's a ratio. This is the hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. The other side that touches our angle is the adjacent side, so this is the opposite. Sine is opposite, 116, over hypotenuse, 218. Cosine is adjacent, 185, over hypotenuse, 218. And tangent is 116 over 185. Now you may write those as a decimal. It doesn't matter, but those are the sizes. Find the missing side in each triangle in figure 7.7 and then write the sine, cosine, and tangent of the angle, keeping 4 decimal places. Okay, so I'll just do, well, I guess I could do it, it doesn't matter to me. There's the first one. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. And here's the fourth one. All the right angles are in the same spot. And all our angle thetas are also the same angle. And 127,304. 35.1, 15.2, 129, 118, 406, and 221. Okay, so Pythagoras would say you can figure out that third side. This side is the square root of 127 squared plus 304 squared, which I can approximate to, let's see, square root key, 127 squared plus 304 squared. Delete. Okay, 127 squared. Squared plus 304 squared is 329. So this side is 329 to 3 sig digs. So sine of this angle, sine of theta, is opposite 304 over hypotenuse 329. I'll leave you to figure out the cosine and the tangent, because once you get one, you can get the other ones. In this case, we have to take the square root of 35.1 squared minus, because we're given the hypotenuse, 15.2 squared. In this case, we're given the hypotenuse, so it'll be the square root of 129 squared minus 118 squared. Oops. And in the last case, we're also looking for the hypotenuse, so it will be the square root of 221 squared plus 406 squared. Remember, once you get that done, you have to get then sine, cosine, and tangent for each one of those different sides. Finally, it asks us to find the sine, cosine, and tangent to 4 decimal places. So the first one is 58.49, 33.47, and 63.29. Oops, I don't think I got this one right. It's 33 degrees 47 minutes. Okay, so on our calculator, we would press, make sure you are in degrees. So I'm going to go mode, and right now I'm in radians, so I have to go to degrees, and then I can press sine of 58.49 is 0.85. Cosine of 58.49 is 0.52. And tangent, oh, we're supposed to give to 4 decimal places. 58, tangent 58.49 is 1.63. I guess I shouldn't have done that one. I should have done one of the ones that was like that, shouldn't have I? Let's do letter M, 83 degrees 43 minutes. So we would say sine 83 degrees 43 minutes and then you can do cosine and tangent for that one also, and that'll show you how to do letter P too. The other thing that I wanted to show you is how to do these problems on the worksheet. And I think I'm only going to do one of them, because once you see how to do it, it's pretty easy to do the rest of them. So the first thing you want to do is go over 3, up 5, because that's this point right here. Well, if you notice, that's part of a triangle here, and we know this angle down here. Well, if this is 3 and this is 5, this is the square root of 3 squared, which is 9, and 5 squared, which is 25. So that's the square root of 34. So the sine of that angle, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, the sine is 5 over the root of 34. We can't leave the square root in the denominator, so we say 5 root 34 over 34. Cosine is 3 over root 34, which is 3 root 34 over 34, and tangent is opposite, 5 over adjacent, 3. Maybe I will do another one just so that you can see what you're supposed to be doing on these. So over 5 up 2 is this point. So we've got a triangle that looks like this. 5, 2, square root of 29. And we're talking about this angle here. So the radius is the square root of 29. Sine is opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So sine is 2 over square root 29, which is 2 root 29 over 29. Cosine is adjacent, 5 over root 29, which is 5 root 29 over 29. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that's how you do the worksheet and the assignment.